The virtuals ecosystem is absolutely blowing up like if it's December of 2024 all over again. But this time around, the system is a little bit different. They have implemented something called Virgin points that is mandatory to invest into these new projects that are literally doing over 30x, over 20x, over 15x, and then some. So in this video, I'm going to be sharing with you guys what's going to be required from you to go get yours. So without further ado, let's go bank that coin. Francis Dune Uncensored. Welcome back to another video here at Francis Dune Uncensored, where we do have tomorrow's newspapers today. This is also called a Smart Money channel. If you're new here, make sure you like, subscribe, but more importantly, smash the bell notification button so you don't miss out on exclusive content like this that's going to put you ahead of the pack when it comes to the next best thing in crypto. And this certainly is the next best thing. We knew it was going to happen. We knew there was going to be a wave 2. And lo and behold, that seems to be exactly what's taking place right now, guys. We're talking about Virtuals Protocol, which is on base. They are coming out with a new system that is just absolutely printing. And I'm sure at the end of this video, you're going to see exactly what I'm talking about here. Okay, guys? So let's get on with the content. And sure enough, Virtuals is trending #1. They're back at it, guys, so that's great to see, but this is where we really see the full picture over here when we see the actual ecosystem. And when you look at the last 7 days, Virtuals is up over 100%, 141% to be precise. We have AIXBT up 73%, Game up 257%. This is up 300%. Vader, you guys remember Vader, how much I love Vader, and rightfully so. He's well above 30 million market cap, 36 million, almost 37. Great news. And the list goes on and on, up 538%. AIXCB, guys. And the list goes on and on as we carry on down this list over here. So why is this pumping so freaking hard, guys? Well, it's very simple, because Virtuals has come out with a new launch system, okay, that requires some points, and we're going to get into all of this. So this is how the UI looks like. It's a little bit different, but you know, I'm sure you'll get used to it real soon, okay? So let's come on over here and see the type of gains these tokens are making. So these are the live and upcoming ones. And if you click this button here, ended, it's going to take you to a new page that shows the previous tokens that already launched through this new mechanism. So right here, guys, this is a market cap of 2.79 million. And the market cap that all of these tokens start off with or launch at is right here. So co-owning AI agents at a fixed 112,000 Virtuals, or right now, with the price of Virtuals being roughly $1.45, $1.50, that gives it a market cap of $163,000, okay? So what does that mean exactly? Every time there's a new token launching, it's always going to start off at a market cap worth of 112,000 Virtuals, or in this case, 163,000 market cap. Okay, guys? Every single token is going to go through that. Now, this is a little bit differently right now, where in the past, we should just do it where we launch a token on their platform and, you know, anybody could invest and anybody could still invest as long as you got the points. But back then, you just needed Virtuals to invest, okay? But that caused a lot of issues with bots and, you know, stifling the growth of the market cap of those particular tokens. This has definitely cleared up all of that. So that is very, very relieving to see, okay? So they go on to tell us here, with equal early access for all Virgins via Virgin point pledges, allocations are determined after 24 hours, point bidding period. If the funding goal isn't met, no tokens are minted, and all Virtuals and points are fully refunded. So let's take a look at this guy over here. So he's currently sitting at 2.79 million market cap. And as they tell us over here, the launching market cap is 163,000. You know, if we do the math on that, right? So we got here at 2.78 million, okay? So I will bring this out. Okay, we got 2.78 million market cap divided by 160,000. We'll just keep it round, okay? And that's a 17.35xer right now where it's sitting. I don't know about y'all, but I do crypto full time, and I just don't know where you're getting 17x right now in this current market, in this state. Okay, the last time we saw these type of gains, it came from the AI agents back in December from Virtuals, and it looks like Virtuals is about to deliver very similar things again. We can look at another example over here that went live on the new Virtuals platform, or the new system, I should say, and this is Pilot 3. It's currently sitting at 1.25 market cap, and we could do that math all over again here to see what's the exact gainer divided by 160,000 market cap, which equates to 8x, 7.8x, guys, okay? Not too shabby. And speaking about not too shabby, this guy did amazing. So, you know, his top was 6 million, guys. That's crazy. That was just yesterday, and we could do the math on this guy here at 6 million, okay? So we got 6 million divided by 160,000 equals 37.5x, ladies and gentlemen. 37.5x. Now, the most allocation you could get is 0.5% of the total supply, which normally equates to 566 virtuals. At the current price right now, that's roughly $800, okay? So essentially, 800 times 37 is what people made off of this. So let's go 37, I think it was 0.5, times 800, okay? Equals $30,000 at the current prices right now. That's how much money some people made off of this. And there's something else I want to bring up too, right? So if we're looking at the bottom, which is when this first launched on day one, you know, we're seeing it here at 368K market cap. The launching market cap is 160,000, guys. This has not gone under the investor's price, okay? And that goes for, you know, the majority of these tokens, if not all. Maybe a couple did go under, but look at this, 241,000 market cap. And we come back to this one over here. It's about there. Well, actually, it's a little bit lower than that. You know, he started about 401,000 market cap, give or take, okay? Let's say 372. That's still a 2x from the 160,000 market cap, guys, okay? So extremely bullish over here. Not only are they performing, so far they haven't gone under the price that these people bought in at. Normally with pre-sales, we see these prices go under the starting market cap or the investor price, okay? And over here, we see Vader talking about this as well. So now that the attention and liquidity are back to Virtuals, learn about points and earn more. Virtuals pre-sale launchpad started 10 days ago. ROI is based on current FDVs, not all-time highs. This tweet was about, I don't know, a couple days ago. Holly 20x, WBug 3x, TN 2x, PTI 12x, Wint 4x, BIOS at the time was 14x, guys, okay? So, yeah, you guys right now, you're probably asking yourself, this is great. How does these points work exactly? So, let's break this down. And by the way, just for educational purposes and harm reduction purposes, I invested into 2 projects yesterday, and like it wasn't because I liked them or I was bullish on them. It was just for more content and more fact checking for the purposes of this particular video. So you want to just look at the top 10 holders and see how much points they are willing to sacrifice, and then you can actually gauge how much points you want to sacrifice based off of this reference point over here. So, you know, the second most points is 10,036. The first amount is 50,000. You probably don't want to put in, you know, 50,000 over here, right? You probably don't want to do that. And this guy made a mistake. He meant to put at least 566. He put 1 virtuals he invested here, okay? So let's actually read this part of the page here to give us more insights to how all of this works. So, number 1, how to participate, pledge points. Pledge your Virgin points to receive an estimated token allocation up to a cap of 0.5% of the total supply. You're getting 0.5% of the total supply. That's pretty much what advisors get, bro. Okay, so that's a nice, you know, chunk over there. Your final allocation depends on your pledged points relative to the total points pledged, okay? Over-pledging increases your chance of reaching the max allocation. So what this means now is, well, you know, in this case, if you saw 10,000 there, you might want to put a little bit more than him. You want to over-pledge. That gives you a better shot of getting allocation, opposed to like just putting in 100, you know, points in. Chances are you're not going to compete with these guys. So you might want to over-pledge if you see value in the project, okay? if the Genesis launch succeeds, only the points used for your allocation are burned. The rest are refunded. So basically, if this bar reaches over here, 34% goes to 100%, they fulfill the virtuals required, which is 112,000 virtuals, and it succeeds, then you'll get your allocation. If it doesn't, then you will get your points refunded along with the virtuals as well. Okay, let's go on over here. And, obviously, if this succeeds, only the points used for your allocation are burned. The rest are refunded. Commit virtuals. This is where you're going to, invest now. So you invest by using virtuals on base. Commit up to 566 virtuals to potentially secure your maximum allocation. Okay, if participation exceeds expectations, your allocation will be diluted and any excess virtuals will be refunded, like I have experienced with a particular project yesterday, and I'll show you guys all of this in my back office, okay? Claim your tokens. Go to the agent page once the Genesis launch succeeds to claim your purchase tokens. If the launch fails, all points and virtuals will be refunded, as I alluded to. So the moment this token goes live, you should go to the trading section and you should see a claim button to get your tokens, which will then be in your Web3 wallet. Now, this is my back office, guys, and I want to show you how this works, right? So how do you earn these points? Well, you could actually do one of the three things down here. So trencher points, which makes up the majority of this pie graph, which is 75% of points are going to this particular section. And it says here, trencher points earn points by investing in sentient and prototype tokens. So that essentially means any one of these agents here in the virtuals protocol, sentient agent section, that's how you can accumulate these, these particular points in this green section. Virtual points. Earn points by holding virtual tokens. So if you have virtuals in your wallet, it appears you also will be getting some points, which makes up for the second most points that's allocated to this section, which is 19.99%. Last but not least, Vader. Earn points by staking Vader tokens. Now, if you've been following me for some time, you should know that I'm extremely bullish on Vader, and I'm actually staking Vader tokens right now, which is now giving me points. So those are the three ways on how you go about doing this. Now, let's look at my point history. So as you can see right here, yesterday, April 28th, I invested into two tokens, okay? Brutally Authentic Disclosure and VRUF. Again, I'm not saying I'm bullish on these projects. I just did it to have a firm understanding on how all of this works. Now, I submitted 54,000 points for VRUF. Why? Because I saw, from 7, 8, 9, they were like 50,000 and one was 53,000 or something like that. So I wanted to get to the 6th spot to make sure I got the most amount of allocation I could get, which is 566 virtuals. However, what took place from here now was VRUF was extremely oversubscribed by 771%, as you can see right here, which then means now the most amount of allocation, 0.5% of the supply, or 566 virtuals, was dramatically reduced, where the tokens I got was 1.2 million tokens. However, VRUF, if we click on it, where is he? Is he here? Right here. He's trading at 707,000 market cap. Okay, so let's go 707. Okay. Divided by 160, and you get 4.4x is what this was doing, which was originally 566, went down to something like about 122. Okay, so I was able to get 122 worth. Why? Because it was oversubscribed. Okay, so 122 virtuals times 4.4, I think it was. That's 536 virtuals times, I think virtuals is at $1.45, give or take right now, which is $778, guys, okay? So it was still able to give me a 4.4x, but my allocation was dramatically reduced because it was oversubscribed. All right, guys? So I guess what I'm trying to say here is there's a fine balance of it being oversubscribed, but not too many people being invested into the token, or else your allocation is going to significantly be decreased, all right? So what else we got going on over here? Yeah, this was another one that I got into, brutally authentic. I only put 11,000 points here because I saw the top 10. It was like, I don't know, I think it was like 8,000, 9,000, something like that. So I didn't want to over invest my points into this. So I tried 11,000, which I believe gave me the 24th spot, something like that. And I was still able to get the full allocation of 0.5% of the total supply. Okay, so if we come back over here, he was only oversubscribed by 189%, where there was only 469 participants, okay? So there was less allocation to go around because of the participants over here. There was more allocation to go around because of the significantly more participants over here, which then decreased my allocation here. But he still performed a 4.4x. How much did this guy perform? Although I got, you know, the full allocation of 566 virtuals, okay, this guy is sitting at a market cap of 222,000, okay? So that's not even a 2x, but we'll go like this, and we'll divide that by 160K, okay? That's a that's 30% he's up. Although I got all of my, or the maximum allocation here is what I got. Okay, guys? So this gives you better insights on how this system works. Sure, I may get the full allocation, but the project probably doesn't perform all too well in comparison to other projects like we just showed you that did 4.4x, but I got less allocation. So that's how you get Virgin points. One of three ways. You could buy the already existing AI agents on the Virtuals protocol platform, or you could just hodl virtuals in your Web3 wallet, or you could stake Vader tokens to then get Virgin points. Once you get your Virgin points and you see a project that you like for whatever reason, you then need to submit these points, make sure you're competitive so you get a higher allocation, and then have the required amount of virtuals that you would like to invest, up to 566, and then from there you wait normally about a day for this token to go live. If it completes, if it's successfully completed, then it goes live. If it's not, then you get a refund. That's how it works. Now, I'm not going to give you guys any picks and all that kind of stuff right now, but I just want to bring this to your attention. People are printing. People literally made over $30,000 on a couple of these tokens already. So this is well worth your attention and your time. And in the future, I could imagine we're going to see a lot more of these opportunities be printing once again. Okay, guys, that's all I got for y'all. In my next video, we'll be doing some reviews on some potential tokens here that are going through this newly launched system. So you know what? There ain't really much left to see other than, until my next video, your ass is on your own, bro. Later.
Francis Dune, Uncensored.